Hi, my name is Bear, and let's start with City of Brass. This is a first-person action-adventure from senior Bioshock developers. Here, armed with a sword and a whip, you will lash and slash, bait and trap your way to the heart of Arabian Nights-themed metropolis, or face certain death as time runs out. Yeah, about that, the game is roguelite, and you will have only limited time to slay all the genies, Alibabas, and skeletons. In general, the game is like Dark Messiah of Might and Magic set in a fantasy Middle Eastern mythology, and mixed with speedrunning and permadeath mechanics. City of Brass is not very long. It will take only about 6 hours to beat, but let's be honest, it's a simple game and 6 hours is definitely enough, and the price is more than nice. Necesse. Here you'll find an infinite procedurally generated world full of mysteries to uncover. As you grow your settlement, you will also lead expeditions against pirate kings, dragons, fallen wizards, and people who write in all caps. Here you can spend your days crawling through dungeons, searching for treasures and raw materials for equipment crafting. Also, you may answer the call to adventure, traversing the seas and seeking out great foes to test your prowess. Recruit settlers with particular skills and work alongside them to mine a wide variety of ores. Craft gear tailored to your preferred playstyle and establish a flourishing, amazing village. But knowing you, there is a big chance that your village will be puny and pathetic. No offense. Okay, a little offense. What are you gonna do, huh? Well, jokes aside, people are saying that the game looks simple, but it's actually really complex and fun. More than 90% of reviews are positive. The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing Final Cut. This is definitely one of the most known action RPGs out there. This version of the game is a collection of 3 standalone episodes told as one continuous story, with 6 playable classes and a new endgame mode with a huge variety of open missions. People on Steam are saying that this is a very addictive game. Not as addictive as potato salad, but there is a huge chance that you will have a lot of great time, although it has some minor problems, lame targeting system and a bit shallow character builds. Also, you may encounter some bugs and glitches along the way as well. But anyway, this game is really entertaining and also huge. The campaign is offering over 50 hours of gameplay. Also, if you are in doubt, you can download a free demo version at first and try it out. They Always Run. This is a very nice 2D platformer where you will control a 3-armed mutant hunting for the most dangerous bounties in the galaxy. Its inhabitants have been swarmed by crime since the fall of the Empire. Being able to find anyone and anywhere has become a highly prized skill, and that, my friend, is the skill you possess. Some bounties are rewarded with money, others with valuable information that you can use to find the people who set you on this forsaken path. Having 3 arms lets you deal with more enemies at once and makes for a persuasive argument in any scuffle. Use your 3rd arm to perform targeted attacks and throws, manipulate the environment, destroy obstacles, and wreck enemies. The game has very positive review score and people are saying that it is really fun, although it can be challenging for new players of the genre. Satisfactory. Here you will defeat nature by building massive factories everywhere, expand wherever and however you want, without any annoying regulations we have here on Earth, because you are not on Earth anymore. All those animals and plants that live here are scientifically unimportant. They live to serve you and your factory. Here you'll find about 30 square kilometers, which is about 11 square miles of terrain filled with unique flora and fauna. You can recycle everything and make factories out of them. Build beautiful metal constructions instead of ugly nature, cover the whole surface of the planet with your elegant conveyor belts and train tracks. Make that pathetic natural habitat disappear and make beauty instead. Be a true hero of the industrial era. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. This is a massive, challenging action RPG that drops you into a vast open world full of different creatures and characters. The game was a bit underrated when it initially came out, but over the years Dragon's Dogma regained its glory. Dragon's Dogma shares its open nature with the games like Horizon and Witcher 3, but has more strategy and more dynamic fights. It's a tougher game in general, but if you like to explore the open world and love fantasy games, you will probably like this game as well. Gamers are talking that this is an underrated gem that is a must-play for every open world RPG fan. Iratus, Lord of the Dead. This is a turn-based tactical roguelite RPG set in a dark fantasy universe. You'll have to lead an army of undead to reach the surface world and bring death to the mortal realms. You know, they lack death on the surface, so you are ready to supply the demand. So you will control an obedient army of the living dead. You know, all the classic monsters. Skeletons, zombies, banshees, other unliving warriors, I swear, I know more. And you will create your soldiers the only way a necromancer knows how, from the body parts of your slain enemies. Iratus definitely has a high replayability due to different minion composition in your team. Also, there are multiple different pathways to take when it comes to finishing the game. The main story will take up to 12 hours of your boring life. Sifu. If you ever wanted to feel like Bruce Lee in his movies, then this game is definitely your spoon of potato salad. The big difference this game offers is that here enemies don't wait for their turn to beat you, so you will have to be quick, nimble and smart to defeat them all. Kung Fu is mastery achieved by practice, a path for the body and the mind. You will learn from your mistakes, unlock unique skills and find the strength to master the devastating techniques of the strongest Kung Fu style ever invented. Well, I have zero knowledge about Kung Fu, to be honest. My ninjutsu martial arts teacher always said that if you can avoid the fight, avoid it. If you can't avoid it, grab an object like a chair and beat your enemies with it. Don't use your hands if you can, they hurt. Well, he also said that if a robber attacks you and you manage to knock him off, take his wallet and then pee on him. Show your dominance. And that is not a joke, my sensei really said that. Yeah, for real, leave honor for the movies. Orcs Must Die 3. This is probably the most entertaining tower defense game I have ever played, and I don't have specifically the third part in mind. The whole franchise will erase your boredom like your ex erased you from her life without a trace. So anyway, here you will be killing orcs, wave after wave after wave, and you will do that not only with various traps and turrets, but personally as well. You can play solo or two-player co-op, arm yourself with a massive arsenal of weapons and slice, burn and zap hordes of repugnant orcs. The game is incredibly fun and at first it seems easy. Oh, but all this is just a deception. Later games will turn into incredibly hard try again and again battles. One misplaced trap, one missed shot and, you know, you are dead. If you have a weaker PC or just saving money, you can buy the second or even the first part of the franchise and have a great time as well. Owlboy. I don't know who had an affair with the owl from Winnie the Pooh, but the Owlboy is obviously the result of this forbidden love. Well, they have covered this story with some other one in the game, but we all know the truth. So if you were ever thinking, what if classic pixel art platformer games were made today, Owlboy is probably one of the best examples of that. Gameplay is really fun and it has a heart-touching story and characters. And to be honest, it's probably an amazing game to play on your Steam Deck. But if you, like me, don't have one yet, be sure that you have at least a gamepad to play Owlboy. I can assure you it is a pain in the assicles to play it with a keyboard. Game has close to 90% of positive reviews, so it's fair to say that this is a good game and this price is kinda nice as well. Aliens Dark Descent. In this tactical real-time strategy, you will command a squad of hardened colonial marines to stop a terrifying xenomorph outbreak on a distant, unwelcoming planet. You will lead your soldiers in real-time combat against iconic xenomorphs, rogue operatives from devious Wayland Yutani Corporation, and a host of horrifying creatures new to the Alien franchise. So here you are, the commander, and soldiers are your weapon. With their help, you will infiltrate large open levels and annihilate enemies with your squad. Tread carefully as your foes will adapt their tactics to your actions. Monsters will be hunting you down and the death here is permanent. You know, like the hunger of your cat or the noises your neighbors make. So if you have a handsome soldier you don't want to lose, you might want to put it behind the others. Although be warned that the aliens can ambush you from behind as well. Dark Descent is an original story filled with iconic xenomorph creatures, ranging from facehuggers to Praetorians, alien queens, and many more. Dark Descent has around 90% of positive reviews, and people on Steam are saying that this is the perfect game for Alien Universe fans, and after the isolation, it's probably the best game about xenomorphs. CryoFall. This is a sci-fi colony simulation survival game set on a forgotten planet in a distant future. You will join the world together with other survivors to rebuild your civilization from scratch. Start with primitive technology and simple tools, and use them to progress towards modern industrial might and even beyond, eventually reaching space-age technology only seen in science fiction. So it's a science fiction game where you seek to achieve some science fiction. CryoFall can be played either as a relaxed player versus environment experience with no competition, or as a brutal and unforgiving PvP. Make your choice and join one of the many available servers with different game modes, or host your own and invite your friends to join you. However, it's important to keep in mind that CryoFall is not for the faint of heart. The unforgiving environment can be brutal, and you might find yourself in situations where even a tardigrade would be jealous of your survival skills. And now, thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time, bye!